I'm going to talk about my experience at the Botanic Sanctuary Hotel Antwerp today. I solemnly swear that I will speak the full truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so that you know if it's worth the splurge or not. Hi, I'm Silvana, a luxury travel content creator. On Maps and Suitcases you will find travel vlogs, luxury hotel reviews and travel tips. I post my weekly videos on Friday and my week vlog on Wednesday. Let's go. I just wanted to mention first that I went to the Botanic Sanctuary Hotel Antwerp before I started posting on YouTube. So this will be mostly me talking about my experience, and I will share some content that I created for Instagram Reels, photos. I'll just edit them in. So with a little imagination, it is like you are there. But everywhere I go from now on will be a luxury hotel review vlog kind of a thing. So while I'm there, I am creating footage, so no worries about that. There is so much coming and I cannot wait to show you everything while I'm there. And it's starting pretty soon because in a few weeks I have another luxury weekend getaway planned, just so that you know that this is not how all of my videos are going to be. Alright, let's start talking about the Botanic Sanctuary Hotel Antwerp. It is a mouthful and I am so excited to get into it. Let's start with the arrival. In front of the hotel entrance, there is a roundabout with literally a piece of art in the middle. It is amazing. The moment that you arrive by car, you already see, okay, this is luxury. So we arrived with a taxi and the Bell staff immediately came to greet us. They opened the doors for us. They took out the luggage, and it was probably one of the best arrivals I've ever seen. I've never experienced it like this at another luxury hotel, and I've been to quite a few luxury hotels. So this was the first experience that I was like, wow, you really give the luxury experience from the second you arrive. So they got the luggage out of the car and they escorted us to the front desk. The front desk greeted us and gave us a glass of champagne. We could have a seat in the lobby, and then the front desk staff really went to sit with us to go through everything for our stay. Now it was really early. I always like to arrive really early because I just want to get the most out of my trips. So I believe it was 9 or 10 a.m. And of course our room wasn't ready yet. Before we actually went out and explored the city, someone else from the hotel staff actually was so kind that she wanted to give us like a full tour of the hotel. So the hotel tour. The first thing that they showed us was Bar Henry. It was such a gorgeous bar. It's also one of my favorite photos that I've ever taken inside a luxury hotel is from that bar. I just loved it. I loved it. So she took us through the bar, through Bar Henry. She showed us everything. There was also like a little secret room in the back. It was a great experience to be at the bar. Little did I know that I would spend so much time there during my stay. And afterwards, they showed us the chapel. Like what? A chapel? Inside a hotel? Yes, a chapel inside a hotel. It is magnificent, truly wonderful. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. They also have a garden outside of the hotel. Of course, outside of the hotel. Duh. In my point of view, it's not even a garden anymore. It's more like a small park. It is a gorgeous park. You can just walk through it, and it is also crazy because you are so close to the city center. I think it's about, well, 5 minutes walk maybe, and then you're in the city center. But while you're there, it's like you are in nature. It was so peaceful, so much tranquility there. So you don't hear any sounds from outside of the hotel, what you wouldn't expect because, you know, you're in the city center, but it's so quiet. It's so quiet there. I love it. It's amazing. You know, I'm such a city girly, but I also love tranquility. So if I can have it, I would like to have both. You know, and then it's amazing, then it's perfect. So we went into the city center for a couple of hours, and then when we came back, our room was ready. They already had put our luggage in our room, so we didn't have to take that with us. Some of the front desk staff came with us to the room to explain everything, all the amenities. And there's just so much patience and so much attention to you as a guest, and you don't feel like just a number. You really get the feeling like, okay, I am very important to them. And just for your information, we had the junior suite. And after we got settled, we just were very curious about the spa, so we went looking for the spa. It is a gorgeous and quite extensive spa. So on the left you have the swimming pool, and on the right you have the actual spa with the saunas and everything. They had quite some saunas, I believe that like 2 or 3. It was pretty amazing. We were very impressed by all of what we've seen during the tour, partially by the hotel and partially by ourselves. And I believe that I spent about 75% of my time in Antwerp inside that hotel and 25% outside of the hotel. This is not a video about Antwerp, but this is a video about the Botanic Sanctuary Hotel in Antwerp. So I'm not getting into Antwerp like itself as a city. If you want to know more about that, let me know, then I will create a new video about that. If you're currently not sure what your next destination should be, I created a short quiz that matches your next destination to your travel style. The link is down below in the description. Now let's move on to the breakfast. I have never seen such an extensive breakfast, like for real. First of all, the buffet was huge, like huge. I've never seen that anywhere. Just to think about that, I have worked in hotels, different hotels. So I've seen hotels from the moment that I used to work in hotels, but I also know hotels from traveling to hotels and staying there actually as a guest. So I've seen a lot of hotels. I've seen a lot of breakfast buffets. I've never seen one as big as this one. I did film like the whole buffet, but that video shot is about 1.5 minutes. It's that extensive. What I can do with that is I will post that on my Instagram stories, that video of the breakfast buffet, and I will put that in my highlights so that you can actually see how extensive it was. And besides the breakfast buffet, they also had a small menu. You could also order dishes a la carte, and they would just literally, you know how it works. You know how it works when you order something from a menu, then they create it in the kitchen. They also had, of course, champagne at the breakfast buffet, and now that's not necessarily something that I haven't seen before, but what I haven't seen before is actual vodka. I was passing the champagne and the vodka, and I was like, who would drink vodka so early? I'm already about drinking alcohol so early. Well, to each their own, of course, but that's just my opinion. But I always feel like, you know, a glass of champagne or a mimosa or something like that, you know, something small, like fine. Of course, I also believe that drinking champagne at breakfast should be part of your trip because you are there to celebrate life, if not something else. But vodka? Oh my God. I cannot even think about that. But actually there were people that were using that, they were drinking that, and they went back several times. So I'm guessing they liked it. But I just kept it at 1 glass of champagne and my cappuccino, and I was good. Okay, you probably knew that this was coming, that I would talk a little bit more about this, but Bar Henry. We have to talk about Bar Henry. because we spent quite some time there, like I mentioned. So not a day went by that we were not in Bar Henry. And it was just such a vibe. It was such a vibe. Literally everything that you want. People not being too loud, people not being too busy, people not showing off, people just having a good time and minding their own business and enjoying themselves. Not being too loud, I said that already, but you know, that's something that I really like. Because if there's something that I cannot stand is that when you're at a hotel bar like that, there are people just, you know, screaming and yelling and being so loud that you're like, hello, you're not alone in here. But it was such a vibe. Did I say that already? Oh gosh, I would go back in an instant. So of course the drinks are also an important topic here. They were also really good. I have to think about what kind of cocktails we had. I remember that we had like a porn star martini, espresso martini, those kind of cocktails. I just don't remember if they had like different kind of cocktails or just like the regular cocktails. And that's how much fun we had. So yeah, it was amazing. Bar Henry, I loved it. I would recommend everybody that would stay at the Botanic Sanctuary Hotel to actually really go to Bar Henry. Such a vibe. A beautiful life can be sometimes. So much gratitude for such a simple thing, basically. But so much gratitude. If this video has been helpful so far for you to go and book it, or not, give this video a like and make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any other future luxury hotel reviews or travel vlogs. And there are so many coming. So, is it worth the splurge? That's the question. And here is your answer. If it wasn't obvious enough already throughout this video, but 100% yes. The full weekend there costed me about 5,000 euros from Thursday to Sunday, so it was a long weekend. And that's including everything that we did in Antwerp itself. Also went to a Michelin star restaurant that was also about 1,000 euros. So we actually, I think we spent inside the hotel about 3,000 euros. So the junior suite for 3 nights, breakfast, 3 mornings, and 3 evenings at Bar Henry. And I truly think that that's not bad for such a long, relaxing luxury weekend at a luxury 5-star hotel. So now that you know if you should book the Botanic Sanctuary Hotel or not, make sure to check out my Instagram because it's full of content. Yes, also about the Botanic Sanctuary Hotel. See you in the next video.